Live Aqua is one of the largest hotels in the hotel district in Cancun, Mexico, with over 360 rooms and 9 floors. I have to say this resort is nothing but spectacular. Live Aqua advertises itself as a 5-star resort, and I'm gonna have to agree with them. And throughout this video, we're gonna be talking about the food, the accommodations, the entertainment, and much, much more. Scattered throughout the property, there are 9 dedicated restaurants, but there's also a ton of food options like a barbecue pit, a taco stand, and a paella station. I do have to say the dining options all offer really fresh and great quality ingredients, so let's dive into each of the restaurants on the property and talk about them a little bit more in depth. Azure is open for breakfast and lunch and has really nice views of the ocean front. Truly, when we had their smoothies, it was some of the best smoothies I've ever had in my entire life. So if you go, make sure you get the tropical smoothie for breakfast. And as we talk about these restaurants, I'll just pop up the menus right here so you can read through the menus to see if you like what's going on with these dining options. And if not, I guarantee you at least one of these restaurants will suit your needs. Up next is Siete. They are open for all meals of the day, and I do have to say they do have an extremely wide assortment of food that caters for pretty much everyone's needs. I do have to say though, the entrees are either super hit or super miss. I personally had the El Pastor tacos and they were truly incredible. However, some people did get some boneless chicken, some bone on it, and when they almost choked because they weren't expecting that, that threw a little bit of a wrench in the dinner. I've personally never been enthralled by a buffet by any means. Usually it's just kind of a means to the end to eat and be done. But I have to say, the food that was really good at this buffet was really good, and I do recommend just checking it out, even if it's just for lunch or breakfast, to grab a quick bite before you head out to the pool. If you do choose to go to Siete for dinner though, they do have traditional Mexican performances to keep you entertained, so you do get a little bit of a dinner and a show action. And honestly, it was really nice. They were dancing throughout the entire venue, which was a really cool and interactive way to stay entertained. Up next is Sushi Station, which was probably one of my favorite venues throughout the entire resort because I am a huge sushi fan. They have some great fresh rolls. The seafood, it doesn't taste fishy. It's actually like high quality fish. And for an all-inclusive resort, I was super surprised by that. Unfortunately, the only drawback to this place is it does take a decent amount of time to make these sushi rolls by hand. So you are waiting upwards of 30 minutes for your order to be completed. However, it is located right next to a bar, so a lot of people will go there, socialize, and it does go by pretty quickly. Up next is my personal favorite for lunch, which is Sea Corner. It is beautiful. It's located right on the beach, and it really does have some fresh seafood as well. Whoever's sourcing their food is doing a great job, at least when it comes to the seafood. At Live Aqua, you're not allowed to eat on the beach, so this is as close to eating on the beach as you can get. It's a little sectioned off portion, so you can still dip your feet in the sand while you're eating. It's not gonna have the ocean 2 inches from you. It's going to only be like 30 feet from you though. Up next is Verena. I personally didn't get a chance to eat at this restaurant. However, we did travel with a large group of people and some people went. It's an Italian themed venue, and we are from the New York, New Jersey area, so we are accustomed to really good Italian food in that area. And they said the food was really good. So honestly, that goes a really long way with the group of people we were traveling with. So I highly recommend, if you like Italian food, check this one out. Up next is Hidden Garden, which is a really, really cool venue. I think this is the coolest venue to get dinner at because it's only open during dinner time. The atmosphere of this restaurant is actually beautiful. The decor is really cool, and this is something that I would go and pay money for. It's set in a beautiful manicured garden with a bunch of Asian decor. The menu is a mix of Chinese, Japanese, and Thai. And I have to say, it felt pretty authentic. Like, they really didn't go crazy on the salt. They used more limes and fresh citruses to bring out flavors, which was really good, and it didn't make you feel like garbage afterwards. One of the most notable things that I ate on this vacation was room service, and room service is 24/7. They have a 6 a.m. menu to 12 p.m. menu, and then a 12 p.m. menu to 6 a.m. So basically, you have your lunch and brunch menu from 6 to 12, and then you have your all day menu. The food in the room service menu is really good, like high quality. They didn't skimp out, and it really doesn't take that long to get delivered to your room. It takes about 30 minutes. If you're going right after the bars let out and kind of close, it might take closer to an hour. But overall, I have to say room service was fantastic. Every morning, I pretty much get Eggs Benedict, and it was done really well. The yolks were super runny, so it didn't taste like any of the buffet food when it came to that stuff, at least. And getting a fresh meal delivered to you is honestly just 10 out of 10. It feels like you're on vacation. Finally up, we have MB, which is Probably my favorite meal on the entire resort. I know some people, when we were talking to, just only ate at that restaurant for dinner, and I totally understood why once we went there. They offer a really high quality menu. For our appetizer, we had a habanero cream bread bowl soup thing, and it was incredible. I mean, it didn't taste like it was spicy, it just had the flavor of spice. I don't even know if that describes it perfectly. It's one of those things that you have to try for yourself when you go there, and you just have to go to this restaurant. And then for the main entree, we got a beautifully cooked filet mignon. So you can never go wrong with a cut of steak, and especially a filet out of all the cuts. The fact that this was completely included just blew my mind. I don't know how they can afford to keep this one open. I do have to say, this is the most coveted restaurant on the property though. It does take a decent amount of time. You can't make reservations at any of these beforehand unless it's carnivore, which I'll talk a little bit about. We didn't go to carnivore because you have to pay a little bit of extra, and with so many dining options on the property, we felt like we didn't have to spring for the extra money. But truly, I do feel like if this was a restaurant in my hometown, I would go there and order from there and get the exact same things, and I would have no problem paying money for MB's food, without a doubt. Up next is carnivore. It is the steakhouse on the property. Again, we didn't eat here, but the menu is going to be on the screen. So if you are interested, you want to treat yourself to something a little fancy, you're celebrating an occasion, definitely check it out if it's in your budget. But me personally, I think there's plenty of great dining options and you don't need to do this. Now, I do have to say, a vacation can be make or break with the staff serving you. If they don't have the right attitude, or if they're just kind of cold, you're not going to have a great experience. And I have to say, the staff at Live Aqua was truly perfect. They were super knowledgeable about their menus. If they were working as a waiter, they were super friendly. Like, everything you wanted was taken care of, and everybody went above and beyond. As soon as we got out of the taxi, someone came right up to us and took us into the lobby area where they handed us a drink to check us in, and they greeted us by our reservation names, which was just one of those things where it really is just a step above the rest, and it is a 5-star experience. So when you think about 5-star experiences, you definitely don't think of partying or a party scene, and this is where I was really looking in a bunch of reviews to see if we could party and hang out and have a good time and drink there and meet people, or if it would just be a sit by the pool and read a book kind of vacation. And honestly, I was kind of blown away and shocked by the entire entertainment factor in this resort. If you want to have your dedicated area to sit and listen to books, that's pretty much the majority of the resort. However, they do have one pool that is pretty much almost off the premises that they have a swim up bar at and a DJ playing music. I did ask if this was typical for them, and they said this is only usually during the summer months where they have this entertainment and this kind of music and this kind of atmosphere. So if you're traveling more in the winter season, I don't think you'll have this experience, which if that's not what you're looking for, then great for you. But the swim up bar is the bar that most people who are very social and want to go and meet people and hang out would go to. We did meet some people that were into the swinging lifestyle. We met some people who were really into the party lifestyle. So that is definitely the more friendly, let's go talk to everyone sort of pool. But if that's not your scene, they have 4 other pools on the property. And I do have to say, the one feature that I didn't even think I needed was the fact that all of their pools are heated to different temperatures. So no matter what temperature you like to swim in, this resort will have a pool for you. And that's just a touch. Again, it really puts it in its own category. It's super nice that you can just dip your toe in. Oh, this one's a little too cold. Go 25 feet away, dip your toe in. It felt like you were just trying porridge in the 3 Bears. It was perfect. If you're not used to making your own fun, there's definitely a lot of entertainment that I was also surprised by on the itinerary. They had a daily itinerary with events that would be switched out every day. However, they did have some staples, like all-inclusive resorts pretty much do, like water aerobics, yoga, dance classes. But they also had some really unique classes, like a mixology class, a tequila tasting, archery, and cornhole tournaments. So basically, they do have events scattered throughout the day to keep you entertained, so you don't have to be swimming in the pool all day. You can go get around and do other things and not be bored. On top of daytime entertainment, they also do have some really good nighttime entertainment. They have markets throughout the property at nighttime, so you can walk through, go shopping if you so choose. They have a really good nightclub, at least in our time. The nightclub was really good. They had a silent disco one night. They had a pretty lively DJ every other night. So you can go and hang out. The nightclubs do typically close around 12:30, 1 a.m., which is probably plenty late if you've been by the poolside all day. But a lot of people wanted to keep the party going, so some people went off premises, and you can arrange for a taxi to take you to more of the downtown area where all the nightclubs are. Up next are the amenities, and honestly, this resort didn't fall short of amenities by any stretch of the imagination. When you walk into your room, you're greeted by the curtains opening up, the AC turning on, blasting, and honestly, it was a really nice touch. When you leave the room, it does close the blinds and then turns the AC off because this is an energy efficient hotel. So there are some drawbacks with this. One, if you have somebody in the room and it's only one person leaving and the blinds shut, then it gets dark, or it's just really inconvenient for that person because then they have to go open their door for the blinds to open again. Also, since the AC shuts off, then it can get hot in your room, and I saw a lot of horror stories and reviews where people would come back to their room since the AC is off and it would just be smoldering hot in their room. We traveled with the group and we had 5 rooms between all of us, and no one had their issues, nobody complained about it. The room was always at a manageable temperature, so I'm not sure if Live Aqua fixed that or if there's just a few bad apples spread throughout. But if you really needed to switch rooms, I'm sure this hotel could definitely take care of that, no problem. Beds were super comfortable. They were more of a softer bed, and I have to say I had some great night's sleeps. The pillow quality were super soft, and I didn't have an issue going to bed. That could probably be the endless amounts of alcohol and food that were being shoved down my throat to help with that situation, but I have to say the beds were extremely comfortable. And just in case you didn't have enough food and alcohol shoved down your throat, the rooms also have a mini bar that's stocked daily, and the mini bar includes snacks as well. So if you want to come back, eat a little bit of candy, come back, drink a Coke or a beer, whatever your heart desires because you're on vacation, you can definitely do so without having to order room service just because it's stocked daily. Now, Live Aqua's property is pretty vast. I think for a resort, it is a larger resort. The pool, if you look at it, is just a really long pool that takes up the entire width of the resort. And then you have a giant beach that goes right into the ocean, as all beaches do. And it is a really great hotel. I have to say, if you are looking at Live Aqua, this is definitely a great resort for you. I could see this being the perfect bridge between having a good, relaxing vacation and having a fun vacation. This isn't gonna be a party resort like you're going to Temptations, but it's also not gonna be a sleepers resort either. So I really think this is the perfect place to bridge the gap between both of those, where you're gonna be getting high quality food and you're gonna be getting great cocktails as well with your fun, with some entertainment, and a great place. Everyone that was there weren't really stuck up. Everyone was doing pretty well for themselves because this is a slightly more expensive resort. So you are weeding out a lot of the unruly guests just off that. So everyone has their day or days that they want to just be on vacation and do whatever they want. However, I will say that is not a majority of the people. If you made it this far, we did a giveaway last video. The winner is right here. And we want to thank her so much for commenting on this video. And because a lot of people were excited to enter the contest, we figured we'd do it another round. So if you want, comment below, I love Live Aqua, and we'll enter you into a drawing for a $25 gift card for anywhere of your choosing. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll take it easy. See you in the next video. Peace.